Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars, welcome to another PlayStation review. Today's review is for The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt on the PlayStation 5 new gen, next gen version, whatever you want to call it. Now this is arguably one of my most anticipated releases of the last few years, which might sound a bit odd when you consider that this game came out in 2015 initially on the PlayStation 4. And it is, without doubt, and I have mentioned this several times on the channel before, The Witcher 3 is my favourite game of all time. It is a perfect game, it's simply put. It's one of those few games that absolutely exceeded expectations. I remember when I first played this game in 2015, and the lead up to the game, all the videos that were being released by CD Projekt Red on YouTube, and I remember looking at those videos thinking, there's no way this game is going to be as good as these videos are claiming it is. And then when it came out, it not only was it as good, it was better than I imagined. A stunning game. So I've been really looking forward to this game finally getting an upgrade on PlayStation 5. And as you may or you may not be aware, if you already own the game, this upgrade is absolutely free, which is brilliant from CD Projekt Red. I think they still know they've got a few bridges to build after some of the issues they had with Cyberpunk, a game which I really do enjoy, but they made some mistakes on that game's release, I think it's fair to say. So, to say that this game is free, and it's not just a hash together upgrade this, and I will go everything that you get in this upgrade, I think it's a remarkable package. I really do. If this was Bethesda or somebody else, they probably charge you £30 or £40 for this, and it's free. It's remarkable. It's really fantastic. So, what do you get in this new next-gen upgrade? Well, I'll go through them. I'll go through the things that you get, and then we'll talk a little bit more about the game. Because there may be some of you out there that have never actually played Witcher 3, and are considering giving it a go now that it has got an official PlayStation 5 release. Right, well, some of the things that you get... they've added a new quest into the game, which is based on the Netflix show, which is really cool. There is a new appearance for Dandelion that is based on his appearance in the Netflix show. There is some new armor for Geralt, again, based on the Netflix show. There is optional armor for the Nilfgaardian soldiers, again based on the armor that they wear in the Netflix show. Well, specifically, I think it's season 1. So that's cool. They've actually put the effort in and put a brand new quest in there to give you some new items, which is pretty good. There's a new photo mode. Now, me personally, I'm not really into photo modes, but I know many of you out there are. And there are very few games as good looking as this game. So it absolutely warrants having a photo mode, this game. It was a stunning game in 2015. It is breathtakingly stunning now on a PlayStation 5. So photo mode, to me, makes absolute sense. So for those of you out there that love photo modes, you're going to enjoy the photo mode here for sure. It's not as in-depth as some photo modes that are out there. For example, you can't change facial expressions and things like that. But just by... there's some moments in this game where you just gaze at the beauty of it. And those are the moments that you want to capture with a definite photo mode. So it is there now anyway. Some other things that you get. There are some higher resolution textures in the game. There is improved character models, improved environments. There's more NPC models. Now, one of the weaknesses of the game previously was you would kind of re-see NPC models over and over again. They all look quite similar, which was a bit... When you're playing a game that takes like 70, 80, 90, 100 hours to complete, you're seeing like the same characters over and over again. It does get a little bit repetitive, but there are more NPC models now, so that doesn't happen anywhere near as often. There is a 30 frame per second quality mode with ray tracing. There is a 60 frames per second performance mode, It just depends on what you would prefer. Me personally, I play the 60 frame per second performance mode, and it still looks stunning to me. So it's down to personal preference which one you prefer. There are better draw distances. The foliage has been improved. That's something I noticed almost immediately, because on the older games, like the foliage and the grass on the ground did look a little bit dated, whereas now it looks really, really good. There's improved lighting in the game, and the lighting on the game previously was absolutely beautiful. It has now been improved, so that's really good. There is improved weather, including things like fog and what have you, and the weather effects have always been good in this game, but they are even better. Taking advantage of the PlayStation 5, there are faster loading times now. For fast travelling and all that kind of stuff. That was one of the downfalls of the older game. It did take quite a long time to load in places, whereas now, nowhere near as long. There is a quick cast system for your signs. Now, previously, what you would have to do is, like, if I remember rightly, you would click left one, it would bring up the wheel for the signs. You'd choose your sign, and then you'd be able to cast it. Now there's a new cast, quick cast system where you I think you click right two, and then it brings up all your signs, and they're all assigned to a certain button now, so it makes it much easier to cast a sign. Takes a little bit of getting used to. Initially, I didn't like it, so I went back to the old way, but then I went back to the new quick cast system, and I've got used to it now. It is really, really good once you get used to it. It's just because this is a game I've already completed 3 times on a PlayStation 4, so I have it's almost like a muscle memory when it comes to using certain buttons. But I have got used to this new quick cast system now, and it is definitely better. There are new camera settings, and what that means is you can, when you're exploring, you can change the camera settings so it's closer or further away. Same with the combat, and same when you're on Roach as well, your horse. It just makes the action a little bit closer, a little bit more, a bit like, God of War type camera, so you're a little bit closer to Geralt. I think it's a really excellent addition. It really feels a little bit more immersive with the camera a little bit closer. The only time I turn it off sometimes is when I am on Roach, because sometimes the camera drifts down and you can't see where you're going. But that's my only real criticism of the camera. It does get a little bit more difficult when you're in a battle and there's a few enemies surrounding you with the camera up close, so you've got to make sure you keep moving. Because otherwise you're going to get blindsided by an enemy behind you that you would probably have previously seen. There's new mini-map options, so you can have your mini-map changed and all this kind of stuff. I don't bother with it. I quite like the mini-map the way it is. There's main map filters. So previously on The Witcher, it would look really, really untidy and really busy because you'd have everything on your map, all your question marks, all your markers, everything, and it could be quite overwhelming. I didn't mind it so much. It always looked like there was something to do very close by, but some people I think found it a bit overwhelming. So you can alter that now, your main map, to make it less untidy. You can take all the question marks off, for example, things like that. You can now pause during cutscenes, which is a really nice addition, because sometimes you'll be watching a cutscene that you're enjoying and there might be a delivery at the door or the phone call you have to take, and whereas previously you couldn't pause, now you can, which is really nice. There's enemy scaling. You can turn it off and on in the menu to adjust it to how you want. There's cross save and cross progression, so that's a really cool option again. And obviously, with the PlayStation 5, there's DualSense support and haptic feedback. As you can see, guys, they have not half-arsed this. They have really put a lot of effort into this, and they have released a stunning upgrade, I think, for the PlayStation 5. I am about 25 hours in, well, probably a bit more, actually, because ever since this come out, I have been absolutely knee-deep into this game again. It's hooked me in. There's no game out there that does this to me. I'll leave it for 12 months then go back to it and it feels like a new game to me again. And now to play it with these new upgrades on the PlayStation 5, it feels like a brand new experience to me. It's jaw-droppingly beautiful. The quests are the best quests I've ever played. The main quests and the side quests, they've never been improved on any other game I've ever played. They are so well written. The combat, I think, I've always liked the combat in Witcher 3. I think it is really, really good. Really fantastic. There's some brutal finishing moves, lobbing people's heads off left, right, and centre. The voice acting is amongst the best you will ever hear in a game. It's humorous, it's funny, it's emotional. The customizational options in regards to the armor sets that you can put on Geralt, the swords that you can have crafted. It's a perfect game. It really is. If you've never played The Witcher 3, I mean, for me that is a bit staggering to say, but there are people out there that aren't necessarily a fan of RPGs and things like that, and they may have watched the Netflix show and thought, oh, okay, maybe I will give this game a go. Now is the time to do it, guys. Even if you have to buy this game full price, which you wouldn't have to these days, you'd be able to pick it up for, £10 second hand somewhere. This is absolutely worth buying, absolutely playing. And I have to applaud CD Projekt Red for just creating one of the best gaming worlds ever, and for me, my favourite game of all time. It's a very easy 10 out of 10 for this game. I can't give you any faults with it. I think they've absolutely nailed it. I've not come across any problems with this game at all. It is, in my opinion, stunning and perfect. So, check it out, guys. If you have not yet played The Witcher 3, it's a no-brainer for me. I do hope you've enjoyed this review. I do hope you found it useful. I will, of course, be back with loads more reviews and content on the channel very, very soon.